Hi, I'm John from Gentleman and Whiskey.
I'm Brandon.
And we got challenged by Bourbon of the Week to do his version of top 5 summer whiskeys.
We ain't scared no challenge. All right, guys. Chris from Bourbon of the Week was nice enough to challenge our channel to post our 5 summer whiskeys list based on his criteria. Now, if you haven't watched his video yet, click it right up here and go watch his video, then come back and finish ours. Because then the categories will make a little more sense because Chris goes into some detail how he's thinking through what each of these would be. So we took his criteria and made our list, and here it is.
This is our one time of the year where we like to go low proof. We're generally proof hounds, not ashamed of that fact. If you have not seen our 2022 summer whiskeys, go look up there. It'll be linked. When we do list videos like this, if we've done something like this in the past, keep it fresh and new. So none of the bottles that we talk about today will be on that list as well. So go check that list.
Yeah, and doesn't mean we don't like those anymore. We're just trying not to repeat ourselves over and over. You know.
Can only say early times bottled and bond to Maker's 46 so many times.
Cooper's Craft 100.
Cooper's Craft 100. That
Love
is
that.
Yep.
Love that bottle. So good.
All right, so you want to start us off?
Number 1. All right, refreshing is the first bottle on the list. And for refreshing, we went with Jack Daniel's single barrel. Regular single barrel, not the barrel proof.
Nope.
We love the barrel proof, but for summer, we chose 94 proof, a little bit lower, still single barrel product, $45, pretty affordable, very findable. For me, this is a summer pour that I truly drink in the summertime. I really like it.
Yep. And to be fair, this is Brandon's pick. I'm not as big on the actual Jack Daniels. I just think there's a lot of, especially if I'm going low proof, I don't want to have a whole lot of low proof bottles. And the Jack Daniels tends to have artificial-y type flavors, like banana runts that I don't always care for.
And sometimes when we're making these lists, if we're combining them, if we're not each doing our 5 or whatever, we have to compromise. And sometimes we argue over text messages about stuff sometimes. And then come together and figure it out. So,
we compromise. It's great.
Yep.
All right, so second category is light bodied.
Light bodied.
So this is Elijah Craig Straight Rye. During our most recent Gentleman and Whiskey 4th Friday tasting, we did Jewel Rye. We do that every year.
It's the third
year. Straight Jewel Rye. So it was Jewel Rye 3, the Rikening.
The Rikening.
It was really good. This bottle surprised me though, because it is, when we talk about light bodied, right? We're talking about delicate flavors transitioning well from one to another, and just kind of having not a whole lot of heavy leather, tobacco, those type notes.
Or oak.
Or not a lot of oak. This has a fair amount of oak, but it's not.
But it's not like dark oak, right? It's not like aged heavy oak.
Yeah, it's not a Penelope Architect.
You think that's heavy oak?
I do think that's heavy oak.
But it's not old oak.
Right.
We get it. John doesn't like Penelope Architect.
It's true. This is not that. It is delightful flavors that move from one to another. It's a lot of mint, some sugar cane, a little bit of rum notes. And I thought it was fantastic.
I had never tried this before Jewel Rye, and I was really excited that this was in the tasting. I didn't know it was going to be, and I really liked it too. I totally agree with this pick, by the way. Another word that I think of when I think of light bodied is bright. Okay, and bright is a term I've started using to describe certain whiskeys, and this for sure is that. With those spearminty, those kind of the. It's not a heavy age rye. It's bright. It's a great summer pour.
It's light bodied, but not light on flavor.
Yeah, exactly, which is awesome.
All right,
hard to do.
You're next.
All right, next up, number 3. This is a bottle we just started talking about. I picked this up in Kentucky. This is our smooth bottle for 5 summer whiskeys. Ben Holiday Bottled and Bond. This is Missouri whiskey. Not from Kentucky. It's not sourced.
Nope.
It's the real deal from Missouri. It's not amazing, and especially not for $60.
When I did a first impressions of it, it was not only surprising that it's a screw top, which is crazy.
Dude, that was the best moment, because I was sitting off camera, and I was as shocked as you, literally, I have to find that later.
It's over there somewhere.
Okay. No respect. Dude, I was so shocked that it was a screw top. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was also shocked that it was a screw top. But okay, so there are a lot of things to like about it, right? It is not MGP source craft. It is legitimate craft whiskey. It's bottled and bond. They did 6 years, like we praise Bardstown for doing.
Right.
Right? But it's just so delicate, light on flavor, and smooth. So usually when we talk about smooth whiskey here, to us, smooth tends to be more of a devoid of flavor thing. When we want, ideally in a whiskey, is big, bold flavors.
Punch you in the mouth.
It doesn't necessarily have to be proofy, but it at least has to have big flavor.
Some people, okay, we were talking about this beforehand.
Yep.
Some people are going to totally love this bottle.
Yes, right? Absolutely.
And and that's great. There are some interesting flavors there.
Yes.
They're just not like strong.
It's bourbon. Like this is bourbon. And it's not anything interesting to us. Kind of talked about this at length when I was with Bourbon of the Week stream, where Chris was, why do you not like the word smooth? And I kind of explained it as it's devoid of flavor. Like if I'm spending, especially $60 on a whiskey, I want something that has a depth, something that is complex. And this is not complex or deep in flavor.
If this was like $40, okay?
Yeah.
$35-$40, I would be like, wow, that's really interesting.
Yep.
To get it from Missouri, and it's $40-$45, which is what the Bardstown Origin series.
Yep.
That's where their 6 years are priced right now.
Yep.
And there's so much bigger. That's a whole separate conversation. We know that the word smooth for Chris is a positive.
Yes.
And like for us, typically, if we were to use smooth to describe something, it has more of a negative connotation for us. And there are some people that smooth is good, right?
Yes.
For us, smooth is just lacking like what we're looking for.
Yep. That's a great way to put it. To me, this bottle is more expensive, slightly higher proof Bowman Brothers small batch.
Oh, yeah.
Bowman Brothers small batch is literally like bourbon water. This is slightly more proof. It's less watery, but it has that lack of flavor that we're not really looking for. But if you're looking for smooth, this is it.
This is Missouri bourbon water.
This is Missouri bourbon water.
All right, we beat this horse to death.
Yep, we punched it right in the mouth.
Punched it in the mouth. I put that over there because you flicked the cap.
So for mixability, right?
Mixability.
You want a whiskey that you are able to put in an old-fashioned, mix with some Coke,
Or ginger ale.
Yep. Make a mint julep. Mint juleps are fantastic summertime cocktails.
Yep.
And you also want something that you can sip. Old Forester 100 Rye is absolutely what you're looking for. When you talk mixability, a lot of times you want to go rye because ryes stand up in cocktails better than a bourbon or a scotch does.
And what I like about this bottle is it's 100 proof, so it's not 80 or 90.
Yep.
So you're going to get a little bit of that proof punch there, a little bit, maybe like add to the flavor a little bit.
Yeah.
And like we said, the rye flavors are going to stand up. I love this bottle. I do drink it straight. I know you don't really like it straight, but cocktail, mixability, this is for sure the right one.
If I'm somewhere and I see it on the menu and there's not a whole lot of other good options that are inexpensive, I will choose this. Blind, I don't necessarily like it as much as some other things.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Ready for, give me that. Last category is versatility, or versatile, as apparently I say it. Can't get it out of here because it's so tall. Smoke Wagon, small batch bourbon. Versatility. This bottle being versatile. Wow, I'm having trouble. Mixability versus versatility. In Chris's video, he talks about the difference because he's like, could be the same thing. And we kind of thought that too. So mixability being like the emphasis is for how you're mixing it. Like it's going to be great in a cocktail. Versatile is could be good as a mixer, but would also be good like just drinking it on the rocks neat. So this one is one for both John and I that we would choose. We would both, I think, choose this over Old Forester 100 Rye to drink neat, right? And so that's why we picked this one for versatile. I would still mix it with stuff. I would still put it in some ginger ale probably and like not be mad about it.
To me, like versatility more matters what other people do with it. Mixability, right, is I'm willing to put this in a cocktail. Versatility is like if I take this somewhere and I'm drinking it straight, but my buddy decides he wants to mix it with a Coke, I'm completely fine with that because this bottle is $40, 92.5 proof, and it's fantastic. There's nothing that I don't like about this, and it's not too expensive that if my buddy just wants to hammer it down, that I'm going to be mad about that.
That's a perfect way to describe that, I think.
Yep.
Versatile. Versatile.
Yeah, either way. Please drop a comment if you have a better bottle for any of these that you think. We love to talk whiskey. We have live streams where we talk about whiskey, and we love to talk to our fans. Check our Instagram and check our main page to see when our next lives are coming up. The next one, I believe, is August 20th. Yep. So join us on our lives. Come hang out, talk whiskey. We'll play games. It'll be a great time.
It'll be awesome. And if you have, put your 5 list together and put it in the comments. Let us know what all 5 of yours would be.
If you like this content, check out our other videos. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hi, I'm John from Gentleman of Whiskey.
Oh, I'm Brandon. I ain't no scared of no challenge. I'm just scared of challenge.